Hi there, and welcome to Vote Sebastian 2010. I'm your host, Debbie Carson, online editor for ViewNews.com. Here with me today is Sebastian City Council candidate Joe Scozzari. Thank you so much for coming in and seeing us today.
Thanks for having me, Debbie.
We have a few questions for you. The first one has to do with the Archie Smith Fish House. The Board of County Commissioners have allocated $45,000 to improve the aesthetics of the Archie Smith Fish House, but more obviously would need to be done in order to bring the site up to code and be usable for any business to move into it. What are your thoughts on the possibility of the city or the county stepping up more funding and rehabilitating the site, or do you think that maybe they should just leave it as is?
I think we need to move forward to bring our riverfront up to code, to beautify it and make a destination for people to come visit, day trippers and such. I don't think the city at this point should place any money into it at all. I think the county, it's their responsibility. We had an opportunity to buy that property, and at that time we should have. The county's got $45,000 to put together and put into it. Let's see them put that $45,000 into it and see what kind of a change it takes. And then maybe, if we see that they really, put some money in and they're really looking to make a change there, then maybe we can consider it. But until, lip service is fine. Everybody's going to do something. I like to see people that do things, and I want to see the county do it. When the county does it, and we see an improvement in the landscape around it, and we see an improvement in the property itself, then we can say, hey, look, they're on the ball. Now it's time for us to kick a couple of bucks in and start working on our riverfront a little bit more.
Okay. The second question has to do with the budget. The Sebastian City Council has worked to keep the property tax rate about the same over the last few years, but some have suggested that the property tax rate might have to increase this next year in order to keep the budget balanced and the level of service what it is. What are your thoughts on that possibility?
I don't believe that we should raise our taxes at all. I really feel Sebastian City residents, you people are overtaxed. We are overtaxed. When they can take $10,000 here and $75,000 there and just throw it into the wind, and even take money and hand it over to the county for the Archie Fish House and other properties we bought along the river with grants, I think we're overtaxed. I think we can reduce our taxes and still have great services in the city of Sebastian. Anything else? Was that question answered? I'm a little...
We'll let our voters decide whether or not, or our viewers decide if that question was answered. And then the last question that we have has to do with the community redevelopment area. Aside from improving parking opportunities within the downtown district, what more should or could the city do to attract more businesses to the waterfront district?
Well, they shouldn't strong-arm any business owner into paying $96,000 for parking spaces. When in fact they allow other business owners to get away with paying $36,000 fines. They take $10,000 and let them keep $26,000. It doesn't make any sense to me. If you want to attract business, you have to give business a reason to come. You have to establish parking throughout the city and just reduce those parking codes, reduce the landscape development codes, make them non-existent. Invite people to come in and open their shop. And later up the road, if, again, things start thriving, business is booming, up the road we can say, hey, we did this as a special, a special time because the economy was so low, we relaxed our codes so that we can give you an opportunity to get on your feet. Now that you're on your feet, let's work it out. And we can use a couple of bucks more. If I can go back to raising money, how we can raise money for the city. We've heard council members over the years say we cannot charge anybody to use the boat ramps because that state grant money, and that grant money, you're not allowed to do it, and you're not allowed to charge them to park, yet we're charging somebody $96,000 to have parking space throughout the city. I found out that, yes, you can charge everybody to park. I think that if we were to request a $1 donation from everybody that uses our ramp, The state grants say that you can't charge anybody more than you would charge yourself. They don't say you can't charge. It just says you can't charge an out-of-town resident $5 and charge yourself $2. Whatever you charge that out-of-town resident, you would have to charge yourself. So I would suggest that maybe we charge $2 for even our city residents to use our ramp, and take that money and use that money to beautify our Indian River Drive. I would venture to say that we would take in a minimum of $50,000 to $60,000 a year based on the traffic I see, and it would probably be more that. That's very conservative at $50,000 or $60,000. And I don't think that a resident would mind paying $1 or $2 to drop his boat in the water. I think that if the resident enjoys the water, it's $1 well spent. Many hunters go out. The hunting license industry is a $1 billion industry plus a year. People pay to go hunt. They don't, to fish, you pay for a license fee to get out and fish, and you do it because you enjoy it, and it's your love of wildlife and your love of the ocean. And boaters are the same, and I don't think that they'll have a problem with giving $2 or $1 to launch their boat in our city. And that money can be used to beautify our river and not take it off the taxpayer's back.
Fair enough. Well, that's all the questions that we have for you today, Mr. Scozzari. Thank you so much for taking the time to sit down with us and tell our viewers what you think on these issues.
Well, thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Great. And we wish you and all other Sebastian City Council candidates the best of luck this November. So thank you again.
Thank you.